Hello again. My name is John Forster. I'm a motivational speaker. I like to help people. So I started making these videos. Here we are. Today I'm going to talk about trying to fix somebody else and how it's not going to work ever. And you can do it as long as you want. There's no set limit of how long you try to fix somebody in your life. Whether it's your mom, your dad, your husband, your son, your daughter, your cousin, guy on the street. I'm not saying don't help people, and I'm not saying don't give, homeless people money or any of that stuff. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that the constant need to fix somebody you love because you need to fix them. They don't want to be fixed if they're not fixing themselves. And that's really, really hard to deal with and acknowledge. Because for me, I go out of my way sometimes to fix people that don't want to be fixed. And then you end up in this weird mental space where where you're just ignoring yourself and not dealing with the issues that you have based on the things that you need to deal with, based on the, let's say, for example, your husband's an alcoholic and he keeps drinking even though you've asked him to stop. So what do you do? Well, there's quite a few ways. You can go to Al-Anon. You can encourage them to go to AA. You can encourage them to do all sorts of stuff, but that doesn't mean that they're going to fix themselves. That doesn't mean that they're going to be able to do it. And it's hard. And it's hard looking at it and being like, well, if only they do this and then this would happen. But they can't, or they won't, or they are in a state of not being okay with themselves, and that's not up to anybody else but them. And it's really difficult to be like, well, I'll fix them, I'll fix it, but then the only person you can fix is yourself. And that's really, really hard. And it's really, really hard to do, and it's hard for me, and it's hard for everyone. Don't get me wrong. I have struggles just like everybody else. I'm not perfect. I'm not ever going to be. I'm a human being who's imperfect, and am perfectly imperfect. And that's okay. And we are all perfectly imperfect. We are all beautiful creatures. But going out of your way to try to fix somebody, let's say that your wife gets into Jesus or gets into God, and you're against that. And you don't like that. Not whatever you want to get into is what you get into. That's your thing. But you have to have boundaries, and you have to say, well, I'm not going to do that. We're not going to put those on our kids, especially if your kids are older. Like, if you have a 15-year-old kid and your wife is trying to force them into Jesus, that's not going to work out for anybody because they're 15. You remember when you were 15? Holy cow. Jeez, when I was, wow. Yeah, it was a train wreck. Me at 15. I don't know about anybody else, but me at 15 was a lot. And that's okay. And we want to go through life trying to ignore our own selves. And we are very good at it because we have been conditioned since birth to worry about everyone else. And I'm not saying go be an asshole, tell people to fuck off. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying be an asshole. I'm not saying that, but be selfish. You have to be selfish. At some point, you have to say, this isn't working for me. I can't help you. I can't talk to you anymore about how your husband is treating you. I can't talk to you anymore about how your kids are spoiled little brats. I can't talk to you anymore about how your wife drinks a bottle of vodka and hits you with a spoon. I can't help you because you don't want to help yourself. And that's the problem with where we are today. Is everybody wants the problems to be fixed externally, instead of realizing that it's your brain that you need to tell your brain, I've had enough. We are not going to feel sorry for this, that, or the other thing anymore. We are not going to try to fix this person who continually shows us that they are an asshole, or continually shows us that we don't matter to them. We are going to go, and it's hard. It's really, really hard. But the first step is the hardest. When you start realizing that you are capable of change and also growth, you will then realize how important it is to grow and to be the best version of you for everyone in your life. No matter what that looks like, what the best version of you is, the best version of you. I don't know what that is, but it's probably not doing the things that you've been doing to ignore the things that you need to deal with. And a lot of people don't even know what the things are that they need to deal with. They just go through life and they're like, oh, well, I'm sad, and well, I'll just drink 4 old fashions or 4 vodka tonics or whatever their drink of choice is. And that's okay. They can do that. They can drink as many drinks as they want. You can't change someone else. The only person that you can change is the one who's watching this video or looking in the mirror. And when you get up and realize that you are capable of change, that is a beautiful day. And it's hard. Every day is a struggle. Every day is hard. It's hard to change something that you've been doing for 15 or 20 years. It's hard to change something you've been doing for 6 months. It's hard to change something that you think that you want or need. Because a lot of the time, what we have and what we want are 2 different things. And we keep justifying in our head that, well, if this happens, it will be better. If this happens, it will be better. If they can only do this. If my daughter would only listen to me, my life would be better. Well, guess what? That's not the way it's going to be. Your daughter's not going to listen to you. Your son's not going to listen to you. Your husband's not going to listen to you. Your wife, not going to listen to you. And how many times have you said it? If you start thinking about how many times a day you've said, hey, Paul, stop drinking. Hey, Paul, your heroin use is bothering me, or whatever that is, whatever the case may be. Look at you. Self-reflection is very, very hard because we haven't been taught how to do it. In order to reflect on yourself, you have to look at yourself and look at your flaws and realize that you are a flawed being who is only here for a short time and is incredibly imperfect. And you are flawed, and that's okay. We are all flawed because we are living a human existence right now as we speak. Every single one of us is having a human experience. And my human experience is completely different than your human experience. And my brain and reality are completely different than yours because everybody is seeing everything differently. No one person, that's why being right, I've got to be right, is so ridiculous to me because you're always right and you're always wrong at the same time. Because every decision you make, you don't know if it's going to be right or wrong. But if you feel it in your heart, and you feel it like you feel that you need to do that, and you feel that that's what you need to do, it doesn't matter what any of the outcome is, or as long as you are able to feel better inside of yourself, then you will realize that you are amazing. And that is the best part of this whole thing, is that you can realize that you are exceptional and you are a wonderful ball of light, flaws and all. You are a beautiful, beautiful being, and you can only fix yourself. And that is the hardest part of being alive. Because it's time to stop ignoring yourself and stop ignoring the things that you want and the things that you need in your mental health, and focus on fixing yourself, because nothing outside of you can ever bring you happiness. You can only find that inside of you. And that means that you have to deal with the things that are causing you to be unhappy. And that is the best part of being alive. Thank you, as always. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any thoughts, ramblings, any other thing. Have a beautiful day.